KNDY.
And to Linn, Kansas, home of the Bulldogs, as we have regional playoff action live here on FM 95.5 as the Bulldogs host the Lebo Wolves here in Week 10 of the high school football season. Welcome in. Max Blasky with you here on the call this evening, again on FM 95.5, streaming at KNDYradio.com, and always live in the free KNDY mobile app. This is a great contest between 6 and 3 teams here coming into this one. The Linn Bulldogs, their best season so far since the 2005 season, where they went 5-4. They won their first district playoff game since 1998 last week, when they picked up a dominating 68-18 victory over Wakefield. In that contest, Grayson Oldie led the way offensively with 189 yards rushing and 176 yards passing in that contest, en route to that 68-18 contest. As for the Lebo Wolves, they come in after a 50-8 victory at St. Paul in week number 9. Lebo rolled to that victory as quarterback Brock Hadley threw 3 touchdown passes to Aiden Ferguson and Jackson Grimmett, while Grimmett and Edwards each ran for 2 scores. Hadley also threw for 155 yards, while Grimmett touched the century mark at 119. We're going to preview both of these teams here coming up here in just a little bit, but first a big thank you to our sponsors, including Midwest Products, the Palmer Cafe, Blue Valley Insurance Agencies, NCK Crop Solutions, the Kinsley Mortuary Branches, Oldie Family Farms, Bruna Implement, Oldie Seed, United Bank and Trust, the Bott Cattle Company, Kuhlman Implement, the Linn Community Nursing Home, the Law Office of Elizabeth Baskerville-Hilgen, Titan West, Union State Bank of Palmer, Moe's Stop and Shop in Linn, Willow Creek Dairy, Palmer Lumber, and Central Valley Ag. Playoff football is coming up next here in just a little bit, but first we'll hear from head coach Trevor Kuhlman and his Bulldogs get ready to tangle with the Wolves in this Week 10 contest as regional high school football action is live on KNDY.
Dr. Brittany here with Marysville Dental Care, where your family's health is our top priority. Dr. Zach, our team, and I are the family dental home you've always been looking for.
Our comprehensive dental care is designed to serve all of your dental needs. Whether it's a routine cleaning, braces, or cosmetic work, we provide the highest quality of care with a comfortable experience. Visit our office across from the Marysville Courthouse or go to marysvilledentalcare.com to schedule a visit.
Have the smile you've always wanted with our team by your side.
From the ground up, Midwest Products Hanover can assist with concrete drives, parking, walks, entries, foundations, and support walls. Quality people help produce quality products, and you can rely on their crews for a job done right. Concrete plants at Hanover, Washington, and Clay Center. Midwest Products also haul rock, sand, and gravel. They have a crane for rent and can assist with site preparation. Start your next job with a call for a quote today from Midwest Products at Hanover.
The Palmer Cafe is the place to go for the best food and the coldest beer in Palmer. Enjoy a great hometown atmosphere with daily specials, burgers, desserts, and a whole lot more. And did I mention the Palmer Cafe has the best food and the coldest beer in Palmer? Well, they do. The Palmer Cafe, the heart of the Palmer community. And make sure to check out the Palmer Cafe on Facebook.
Don't risk finding out if your farm is underinsured when you have a loss. Insuring to the accurate value of your livestock, equipment, structures, and inventory is an important consideration when reviewing your insurance coverage. Blue Valley Insurance can help you protect your farm or ranch with a tailored policy that combines various coverage into one convenient package. Let's discuss your need and keep your property values up to date at Blue Valley Insurance of Linn, Greenleaf, Hanover, and Marysville.
NCK Crop Solutions is your dependable supplier for ag chemicals, branded and generic, at competitive prices. They've been serving North Central Kansas farmers since 2017, building trust the old-fashioned way by putting farmers first. Call Clayton at 785-632-7247 or visit at nckcropsolutions.com to start saving on your ag chemicals today. Same day or next day delivery is available with NCK Crop Solutions. NCK Crop Solutions is a proud supporter of the Linn Bulldogs. Welcome into our Marysville Dental Care pregame coaches conversation, joined by the Linn Bulldogs head football coach, Trevor Kuhlman. Coach, first off, before we get chatting about tonight's game, I want to take you back to last week. You guys handled Wakefield 68-18 in that one. How important was it to come out and get that first win in the playoffs?
Yeah, it's huge for us. I think for us, it's the first one we've had since 1998, so kind of getting that monkey off our back, so to speak, was nice to have. I was proud of our kids for keeping their composure. I think that first drive we came out, fumbled it as we're getting ready to go score, and, our kids did freak out. They didn't panic, so they kind of stayed the course, and we were able to right that ship. So, it's nice to get that one off our back, but our kids still have bigger goals ahead of themselves.
And I think that's something we talked about all season as you were knocking off district goals and winning season goals, everything. Still more to come about this season. And last one on that Wakefield game, obviously put up 68 points. Do you feel that, the offense had that balance you were kind of always hoping for or looking for in a game?
Yeah, we probably threw the ball a little better than we anticipated we would need to. But credit to, Grayson Oldie and our receivers did a nice job of after catching the ball, making plays. We had a lot of yards after catch. We're able to throw a lot of quick screen stuff. So I just kind of let our kids showcase what they're able to do. So that was kind of nice to see.
And me personally, I'm a believer the defense is going to lead you in games, most of the time. And other than that Osborne game, you've held teams under 30 points here in your last couple wins. What on that side of the ball has been working for you?
Kids just, as we're getting older, they're getting a little more comfortable with what their responsibilities are. They're understanding what the job is. And so they're able to play a lot faster than they maybe were at the beginning of the year. So I think just developing that comfort in what they're doing and trusting what they're reading and react and go play football.
And now as you shift your attention to Lebo here coming up tonight, obviously they come in, 6-3, you guys identical record. We were talking a little bit beforehand though, schematically, they like to air it out. So compared to maybe some of the teams that you've seen here recently, you make that adjustment, make sure they're ready for that attack.
Yeah, we need to make sure that, we're trusting our eyes, not getting beat on any play action stuff. They're a team that, they do like to air it out, but, they're just comfortable running the football kind of like us. So in some ways, it's a little bit like looking in a mirror. So our kids, we're going to have to be ready to go.
And two more here for you, Trevor, but for your team too as well, what's going to be a key to come out with a victory?
We need to be able to control the ball, take care of it. Being able to run the ball, that's kind of been our bread and butter all year. When we've had success running the football, we typically have success. So, being able to do that and just getting the ball to our playmakers and letting them make plays.
And last one for you, Trevor, but this obviously a home game too as well. You guys fought all season, first place in districts. You get this right to play in front of the home crowd. How important is that to be able to do that there at Linn and have that support behind you?
Yeah, it's just an awesome thing that our kids get to play in front of their friends and family and represent our community. Hopefully we have a nice turnout from our community. I know there's a lot of excitement going on right now, so we just have a lot of good things going on here in Linn right now, and hopefully we can keep that ball rolling.
Again, talking with Trevor Kuhlman, head coach of the Linn Bulldogs on our Marysville Dental Care pregame coaches conversation. Trevor, I wish you best of luck tonight, and hopefully we'll get a chat after a victory.
All right, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Bott Cattle Company, proud supporters of Bulldog Athletics, feeding cattle for 5 generations in Palmer, Kansas. Remember to eat beef and go Bulldogs.
At Kinsley Mortuary and our family of funeral chapels, our funeral directors are experts in helping to create meaningful services that are unique and honor you or your loved one in ways that are special. Personalize a service with options that meet your expectations and budget. From traditional burial or cremation, choose from a full service, memorial celebration, or something more private for the family. In your time of need or through advanced planning, contact Kinsley Mortuary, Haddon Funeral Chapel, Hanover Mortuary, the Axtell Landreth Funeral Home, or Ward Funeral Home.
Oldie Family Farms continues a tradition of providing safe and wholesome milk for dairy products. From their family to yours, they strive to steward natural resources and provide for the health and vitality of the cattle they raise and the practices they employ. It all began with 3 Holsteins in 1955, and generations later, the same commitment to quality continues. Learn more, including current job openings and employment opportunities, on their website at oldiefamilyfarms.com.
For the best in farming equipment with the service to back it, there is only one Bruna Implement Company, your local Case IH dealer. Since 1947, the staff at Bruna Implement Company works daily to provide the best parts and service when you need it, always dedicated to their customers. Bruna Implement Company has been family-owned for 3 generations, and they know what it takes to be successful as your area Case IH dealer. With locations in Marysville, Washington, Clay Center, Seneca, Hiawatha, and Humboldt, Nebraska. Stop by or give them a call today.
At Oldie Seed, we are locally owned and locally grown. The corn, soybeans, and sorghum we sell are tested in plots throughout the region in close proximity to our customers. This ensures we are testing a yield environment just like yours. We are dedicated to our Know to Grow research program. It's our family's commitment to delivering high-yielding crops for you, the American farmer. This season, partner with Oldie Seed for locally owned and locally grown solutions.
Agriculture. Our country was built on it. Our children are fed by it. No one quite understands the unique needs of the farmer like United Bank and Trust. Whether you raise crops or livestock, you need the right equipment at the right time. Our ag loans can help you acquire and maintain that equipment when and where you need it. Contact one of our experienced ag lenders today. United Bank and Trust. Banking for your way of life. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Max Blasky back here with you on DII FM 95.5 as our Marysville Dental Care game of the week and week number 10 of the high school football season. Regional playoffs here today see the Linn Bulldogs at 6-3 host the Lebo Wolves, also 6-3. There's a lot of action going on around the state in the Twin Valley League. We have the early kickoff here at 6 o'clock. Elsewhere around the state, the 4-5 Frankfort Wildcats are at Marmaton Valley. Marmaton Valley now 8-1 on the season in regional action. Just up the road here from Linn, the Hanover Wildcats now perfect on the season, 9-0, are hosting a 6-3 Burlingame team. Those games both at 6 o'clock. Elsewhere, the Axel Eagles, your 4-time defending state champions in Class 8-man Division II, are down at White City as they take on an 8-1 Rural Vista team. Both of those teams come in 8-1 on the contest. A good one there. And then in 11-man action, it is the Centralia Panthers, now 8-1 on the season, hosting a 7-2 Riverside team at 7 o'clock later tonight. That Axel game also at 7. A lot of action going on around the state, but we've got a great one here tonight. Again, between 6-3 Linn and 6-3 Lebo. Looking at the Wolves, they come into this contest again off of a 50-8 victory at St. Paul last Friday in that contest. Quarterback Brock Hadley, who will say his name a lot, threw 3 touchdown passes, all of them to Aiden Ferguson, but they're not the only ones that you'll hear tonight. In the backfield, Jackson Grimmett and Jet Edwards each ran for 2 scores, as well as Hadley threw for 155 yards, and Grimmett ran for 120. Throughout the state, too, as well, that pair has hooked up. That's Hadley and Hopkins, who didn't mention his name, but Braden Hopkins, a big part of this Lebo offense. Coming into this contest, an 8-man Division II, according to Keisha, Brock Hadley is 14th in the state in passing yards with just over 1,000. Meanwhile, Braden Hopkins is 9th in the state in receiving yards with just over 527 on the year. Now for the Linn Bulldogs, and they come in off a 68-18 win versus Wakefield last Friday. Their only 3 losses are to Axtell in the opening game of the season. Back on November 19th, they fell 8-0 to Clifton Clyde, a game that head coach Trevor Kuhlman felt they should get. And then the last regular season game of the year, a 52-12 loss versus Hanover, which was closer than what the score says. But this is a much improved Linn Bulldogs team coming in, averaging 40 points per game while just allowing 27. That was almost an exact switch up from last year, in which Linn went 3-6. They only scored 20 points per game while allowing 42. So head coach Trevor Kuhlman, now in his 5th year, has this program turned around. And we mentioned it too, and Coach Kuhlman mentioned it in his pregame interview. This is the first playoff win. Their last Friday was the first playoff win for the Bulldogs since 1998. That team finished 8-4 on the season. So all the way back in the Clinton administration, the Bulldogs have been looking for a playoff win, and they finally got it. Bulldogs also won the districts for the first time in 24 years after they defeated Osborne in Week 7 of the season, 54-36. So this senior class, led by Wyatt Wyke, Zach Hilgen, Dylan Oldie, and Brigham Hansen, have really turned this program around here at Linn, and they'll continue to do that here coming into this contest. We're going to take our final time out of the pregame. When we come back, it's starters for our Marysville Dental Care Game of the Week here on KNDY FM 95.5.
Bott Cattle Company, proud supporters of Bulldog Athletics, feeding cattle for 5 generations in Palmer, Kansas. Remember to eat beef and go Bulldogs.
Since 1935, farmers have relied on sales and service from Kuhlman Implement and Hardware in Linn. Your certified AGCO Gale, Gleaner, Husqvarna, and Massey Ferguson dealer, Kuhlman can service tractors and farm equipment as well as automotive. They'll keep you going with any job around the farm, stocking hardware, parts, electrical, and plumbing supplies, as well as custom-made chains and hydraulic hoses. Count on Kuhlman Implement and Hardware in Linn.
Linn Community Nursing Home raises the standard in long-term residential care. You'll discover a family-oriented atmosphere where visitors are welcome 24/7. Rooms are already furnished and can be personalized with your favorite photos, decor, and those extra special touches. Your loved one will enjoy the savory restaurant-style menu available, ensuring nutritious meals. The Linn Community Nursing Home is more than a facility. They're a tight-knit community dedicated to providing the best care in a place that truly feels like home.
The Law Office of Elizabeth Baskerville Hilgen provides legal assistance with a personal touch located in the heart of Washington, providing services in the area of estate planning, probate, estate and trust administration, conservatorships, and real estate transactions. Libby also offers her services on business planning and formation, collections, guardianships, and adoptions. Every case is handled with experience, dedication, and community-centric qualities you deserve. Call the Law Office of Elizabeth Baskerville Hilgen to put her local experience on your side.
This is Trevor Kuhlman, head coach of the Linn Bulldogs, and you are listening to Bulldog Football on KNDY.
Titan West Incorporated manufactures corral fencing, gates, and chutes. A square deal better. Titan West now manufactures circular working corral, cattle, hog, horse, and bison equipment. Phone 1-800-252-0847 for dealer information. Circular working corral, cattle, hog, horse, and bison equipment. Manufactured here in Linn, Kansas by Titan West Incorporated. Phone toll free 1-800-252-0847.
Hi, this is Miranda Mainin with Union State Bank in Palmer. We are proud of the work the Bulldog athletes and students put in during the season and all year long. The dedication and determination is what drives the Bulldogs to succeed on the field and in the classroom. Best of luck, Bulldogs. Join Union State Bank of Clay Center, Palmer, and Barnes in supporting all area student athletes this and every school year. Union State Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
As always, a big thank you to our sponsors bringing you this broadcast here tonight. Now starting lineup, starting with the Lebo Wolves. It will start and end in the backfield with quarterback number 2, Barack Hadley. Behind him will be Matthew Ferguson, along with Jackson Grimmett. Out on the outside, we're going to hear from Braden Hopkins and Aiden Ferguson. Up on the line, Brandon Van Dever, along with Colby Furr, Bryce Hopkins, and Raiden Reisner are going to be the linemen up front with a tight end tight on a lot of this. Again, Lebo likes to air this ball out. It's a beautiful evening here tonight for some high school football, so weather will not be a factor, and Linn will look to receive the first half kick. Now, starting lineups for the Linn Bulldogs. Just like Lebo, it's going to start and end in the backfield. Grayson Oldie, the 160-pound, 5'11 junior, will lead this charge wearing number 2. Behind him, it's the fullback/running back Dylan Oldie, the 195-pound senior, along with Conrad Winter, the 160-pound sophomore. Out split end, it's going to be Zach Hilden, 175-pound senior, and Cash Stunkel, the 145-pound sophomore. While out front, it'll be returning all Twin Valley League lineman Waikiki, 265-pound senior, Cesar Alvarado, 290-pound junior, and Devin Oldie, 325-pound sophomore. And those big men up front have led the way for this Linn offense that has averaged 248 rushing yards per contest. They like to put it on the ground 36 times per game. And another big important factor here in this one, Linn has not turned it over this year. 5 turnovers in now 9 contests. Meanwhile, they've forced 13. So it's going to be a huge number here for the Linn Bulldogs. Linn will again receive the first half kick. Back to return will be Cash Dunkel as he stands at his own 15. Linn in their home blacks with white numbers front and back. Gold stripes down the side with a bulldog on that black helmet. Meanwhile, Lebo in their road white. Red Lebo across the chest, numbers front and back with red helmets and a Lebo wolf on the side. High school football action, week number 10 in this regional matchup between 6-3 Linn, 6-3 Lebo is about ready to get set off. Winner of this contest will take on the winner in a game just up the road between Hanover and Burlingame. We're set for kickoff, and here we go. Going to be a kick that's going to wind out of bounds right at the 15-yard line. So not how Lebo wanted to get this one started off as Eli Conrad, the freshman, kicked it away. So good starting field position here for Linn to start the contest. Again, in the backfield, you're going to hear a lot of Grayson Oldie, Conrad Winter, and Dylan Oldie in this contest. Grayson Oldie, the quarterback, leads the way, 67 rushes this season. Meanwhile, Dylan Oldie second behind him with 74, and Conrad Winter 52. So we talked about the offensive line up front. All three of those backs average 5.5 and over yards per carry, with Winter and Oldie averaging north of 7 yards per tote. So the kickoff goes out of bounds. Linn will elect to re-kick this one. Now it'll be kicked from the Lebo 25-yard line, and it will be Braden Van Dever to send this one away. Going to be a squib kick up the middle, taken by the front man right about the 35-yard line. Going down to a knee will be Maverick Halima. And Linn, again, will start with great field position here on this opening drive on a beautiful night for high school football. And a beautiful facility here, too, as well for the Bulldogs. An $80,000 addition here to the Press Bronx has really made this one of the premier places to watch a football game in the state of Kansas. Linn will start at their own, we're going to call it the 33-yard line. Going in motion will be the back right to left. It's going to be quarterback right in there. No, Dylan Oldie will get the first tote of the game as he stepped in there as quarterback. Totes it for a handful of yards on a first down and 10. Will pick up about 5. I think they're going to give him 4 on his first tote of the night. Again, this is a balanced Linn team. We mentioned start-off quarterback, but head coach Trevor Kuhlman not afraid to throw some wrinkles in there. Again, Dylan Oldie, a big part of this senior class for the Bulldogs. They won their first playoff game since 1998, and they're looking for more. It'll be Oldie back there in the backfield. In motion will be Kalima left to right. It's going to be a keep by Oldie right up the middle. He's going to be stopped after a gain of about 3. So now a first third down of the night will come up here for the Bulldogs. 3rd and a long 3 is what they're going to call it on a stop of no gain on that run by Oldie. So now here comes an offensive opportunity for head coach Trevor Kuhlman to see what this team is made of in this one. Oldie will stay in the backfield with Dalton Emke to his right. Dunkel out right. They're going to run behind Emke right side. Oldie has some space, gets to the outside, gets up to the 30, and is finally pushed out of bounds up close to the 25-yard line. A big pickup there for Dylan Oldie. We're going to give him 10, 15 yards on that run for Oldie. As continuing to feed him the rock here in this one is head coach Trevor Kuhlman and his staff. Oldie, a big part of what Linn has been able to do the last couple years. We'll now have the ball just shy of Lebo territory. Ball at the 25-yard line. Oldie's going to give this one off in a little sweep motion. Now ball's out. Who's on it? It's going to be a fumble in. We talked about no turnovers, but on the first drive, it's a turnover fumble by the Linn Bulldogs. Maverick Kalima kind of hold on to that one. So Linn's first opening drive ends in a turnover here at the 10:35 mark after receiving the first half kickoff. You heard from head coach Trevor Kuhlman, though, in our opening statements against Wakefield. First drive for the Bulldogs was the turnover, too, as well. That one's a shot in the foot as Linn was marching down the field. Now here will come this Lebo offense. They're going to go spread formation with Brock Hadley and Jackson Grimmett in the backfield. Shotgun formation, 4 linemen up front. Pressure as Grimmett's going to try and get around the left side. Good job by the Bulldogs to force him out of bounds after maybe a short gain. Looks like first one there was Zach Hilgen. Defensively for the Bulldogs up front, you're going to see Devin Oldie and Brigham Hansen along in the linebacker position. Dylan Oldie leads this charge, the senior in the middle, with 11.5 total tackles per game. He leads this team with 104.5 on the season. Linebackers with him, Conrad Winter and Zach Hill, who just pushed the runner out of bounds. And in the backfield, defensive back, Cash Dunkel, Madrid Kalima, Grayson Oldie will be there. It's going to be a gain of 1 there, so now 2nd down and 9. Ball near side hatch. It's going to be option right side. Take will be by the back, Jed Edwards. Edwards to the far side. It's going to be dropped for a loss, but we're going to have a flag on the play. Let's see where this one goes to. What's the official call here on this one? I've seen 1 turnover here in this first quarter. Now our first penalty comes at the 10:26 mark. Looking at the spot over on the far sideline. Officials still seeing what they're going to call here. It's going to be a face mask on the Linn defense, so not the start that Linn was wanting by any means. Fumble on the first possession, and then a face mask after about a 4-yard tackle for loss for this Bulldogs team. So that will move it up to their own 27-yard line. First down, or 2nd down and 5 now for the Wolves. Then goes down, power formation for Lebo. It's going to be a give to the running back right up the middle. Good hands. He chugs forward up to the 40. And a big pickup there by Lebo to get right at the midfield mark. A pickup of about 11 as they mark him just short at the 39-yard line. That's going to be Mateo Plummer with the tote for Lebo. So, yes, this Lebo team does like to pass, but on a chilly night and especially coming after the turnover, Lebo keeping it on the ground. They're just short of midfield now. Play action, no, it's going to be a keeper right-sided, tackled in the backfield for a loss. Coming through the line will be number 23, Dalton Nimke. A big tackle for loss there for the Bulldogs. As Linn has been good at that so far this season, averaging just 2.5 tackles for loss on the year. They don't get after the quarterback too much, only 7.5 total tackles sacks on the season, but will get in the backfield. 2-yard losses. Jackson Grimmett was that ball carrier. Now 2nd down and 12 from the Lebo 36-yard line. Here's going to be the first pass. Hadley airs it out. Right side man is wide open and taken in right at the 30-yard line. A big pickup there for Lebo. They're going to mark him just short at the 29. So from the 30, I call it 6 up to the 31 is where it's going to go. It's going to be a 13-yard pickup as Aiden Ferguson was the recipient of that first pass from Brock Hadley. Again, Ferguson brought in all 3 touchdowns from Hadley last week in the 50-8 win over St. Paul for the Lebo Wolves. 9 minutes left to play in this first quarter, still nothing our score. It's going to be a little reverse play, trying to get to the outside. Here is the running back. He gets around the edge up to the 30, and that will be taking it around the corner. Jed Edwards, the athletic freshman for this Lebo team, will move it up close to the first down marker. They're going to give him a pickup of 9 on that run. Again, this is a young Lebo team, too, as well. They only boast 2 seniors, Braden Hopkins, the wide receiver, and then Dylan Rush, the offensive lineman. 4 juniors, 7 sophomores, and 7 freshmen for head coach Brian Hadley and his squad. And as this has been an experienced Lebo team, too, as well, getting to the playoffs each of the last 8 seasons. Here's going to be a fumble in the backfield here. Miscommunication between the back and the quarterback. Linn comes up with it. They say they have it, but what's going to be the official call from the White Hat? Of course, Linn signaling their ball, and now they're going to confirm it right at the spot. To be honest, I thought Lebo jumped on it, but it was awfully close. Miscommunication by Grimmett and Hadley in the backfield as they tried to run a little play action. It's a Linn turnover a Lebo turnover. Linn will get this ball back. So Linn fumbles on their first possession of the first quarter, and they return it back. Again, as miscommunication on the trap play between Brock Hadley and Jackson Grimmett forced this ball over for Linn, and a big first turnover, too, as well. So Linn will take over at about their own 34-yard line, 33-yard line. I formation here. It's going to be last man through, have some space right side, and continuing to chug is the big bag. That's Dalton Imke with a solid run, a pickup of right at 11 yards for Imke. As Linn has been having this run attack work well here so far tonight. Again, up front, it is Cesar Alvarado along with Devin Oldie and Wyatt Weike making some holes here for this Bulldogs team. Shotgun formation now is back in at quarterback will be Dylan Oldie. Grayson Oldie is to his right. Grayson Oldie will actually take this snap, and now a false start will be thrown on by the far side official. So now second penalty committed by Linn already in this scoreless quarter. 8:57 left to play here in this one. Both teams with a fumble here in this one. Haven't seen a lot of third downs yet already, but this one will back Linn up first down and 15 from their own 30-yard line. In the backfield will be Oldie, Dylan, and Grayson. Grayson in the pistol formation. He's going to keep it quarterback left, runs power right to that left side. Pickup of 2 for Grayson, as getting his legs going is an important factor in this Linn offense. Again, mentioned it just moments ago. He leads this Linn team offensively in rushing yards with over 1,200 on the season, averaging 7.2 yards per tote with 18 touchdowns. He also has 579 passing yards to go along with 11 TDs and only 3 interceptions so far on the season. 7:43 left to play, scoreless first quarter. Second down and 13 now for Linn from their own 32-yard line. I formation as Oldie is under center. It's going to be a sweep pass here into the hands of Imke. Imke trying to get down the right side, breaks one tackle, breaks a second tackle up to the Lebo 30-yard line. A big pickup there for Dalton Imke as it goes up to they're going to call it just short of the 30, but a big first down on that 15-yard run for Imke. Already broken off 2 big runs so far here in this one. This one good enough for a first down. Linn will take control over on the right hash. I formation again, as Oldie will be under center with Dylan behind him and Imke in the tailback position. Yet to see second leading rusher Conrad Winter here yet in this one, but Linn going power. It's going to be an option as quarterback will keep this left side, and maybe as a mistake as Grayson Oldie is going to be dragged down in the backfield for a loss. Bryce Hopkins, a freshman for Lebo, pulling him down for that stop. Again, a young Lebo team that's going to see 2 freshmen and 3 sophomores start for them here tonight. That will also be paid with a negative 1-yard loss, a second down and 11 now. 6:32 left to play in this regional matchup between 6-3 Lebo, 6-3 Hanover. In the pistol will be Grayson with Dylan to his right, Imke in the backfield. It's going to be a give to Dylan's, got some space right up the middle, follows his blockers, keeps on chugging, breaks it left side. There he goes, 20, 10-5, touchdown, Linn Bulldogs. A 33-yard touchdown run by senior Dylan Oldie will break open this scoring here, 6-0 in favor of Linn. 33-yard touchdown run by number 45 himself, Dylan Oldie, puts the Bulldogs up 6 here early on. Again, opening possession for Linn resulted in a turnover. Linn gets that one back on the fumble by Lebo, and they turn it into 6. 2-point conversion here is Grayson in the backfield with Dylan to his right. Grayson will follow Dylan, trying to get to the outside, but he's going to be wrestled down. 2-point conversion is no good, but the Linn Bulldogs strike first here in this regional matchup in week number 10 of the high school football season. It's 6-0, 6:11 left to play in this first quarter. We're back after this.
Looking to tackle your next big project or need a quick fix around the house? At Palmer Lumber and Hardware, they've got the big store selection with that small town service you know and trust. Proudly serving Palmer and the surrounding area, offering top quality lumber, tools, and hardware at prices that won't break the bank. Whether you're building a deck or fixing a faucet, they're with you every step of the way. Visit Palmer Lumber and Hardware today and let's get the job done right. That's Palmer Lumber and Hardware. Built on trust, driven by service.
Bott Cattle Company, proud supporters of Bulldog Athletics, feeding cattle for 5 generations in Palmer, Kansas. Remember to eat beef and go Bulldogs.
Moe's Stop and Shop in Linn is your stop. Fuel up and fill up at Moe's Stop and Shop. They have gas available, plus they have drinks, snacks, and a whole lot more. Your convenience store is Moe's Stop and Shop. Find them right off the highway in Linn. Moe's Stop and Shop.
Linn strikes first in this regional matchup, a 30-plus yard run by Dylan Oldie. Again, part of this senior class led by Wyatt Wyke, Zach Hilgen, and Brigham Hansen. Won their first playoff game since 1998. Dylan on that one just kept those big trunk legs moving, and the fullback took it all the way into the end zone. High kickoff here from Alex Marino. It's going to be taken by the up man for Lebo. He's going to be stopped dead in his tracks right about the 20-yard line. Good job by the recovery team for Linn, as it was Aiden Ferguson that tried to get around the edge. But Lynn's defense held strong. Again, Lynn's first defensive drive, they forced a fumble. It was more of a little miscommunication between quarterback and running back. But Linn, fumbled on their first drive, turned around, got right back, and marched it down the field. That capped off by a 30-plus yard touchdown run by Oldie. It's going to be the shotgun formation, one receiver right for Lebo. It's going to be running back right up the middle, stop near the line, but he keeps his legs chugging. Good run there by the back. That's going to be Jackson Grimmett. Believe first man there was Zach Hilgen to wrestle him down after a pickup of about 5. Grimmett only a sophomore, but he runs strong, short, stout, and to the ground, like looking in a mirror between Dylan Oldie and Jackson Grimmett. Grimmett and Brock Hadley cannot connect on their first drive, mishandled the handoff, turned into a turnover for Lebo. Shotgun formation again. Hadley in the shotgun. It's going to be a give-off to Grimmett right side. Grimmett's got some room trying to get to the secondary. He keeps chugging past the 40 up to the 30 and down at the 32-yard line. First down for Lebo on a big pickup. It's going to be about a 17-yard pickup there for Jackson Grimmett. And just like Dylan, he just kept those legs chugging after first contact. Good run there by Lebo to get down into Linn territory for the second time in this game. Ball will be at the 32-yard line of Linn. Far hash as Lebo works right to left as we view it. It's going to give it right to Grimmett. No, in the backfield will be stopped there. Coming up with the big TFL is going to be Brigham Hansen. One of those 4 seniors will pull down a Plummer for a loss. Good job there by the Linn defense to bring down Mato Plummer for a 3-yard loss on the contest or on the play. Second down and 13 now from the Linn 35-yard line. Bulldogs lead by 6 here. 4:20 left to play first quarter. Straight back pass. Hadley here near side will find the out man. He's going to be driven out of bounds up close to 25-yard line. That's his favorite target so far here on the season, Braden Hopkins. And Hadley now early on at 2 for 2 in the passing game. Saw them playing those out routes a lot in the warm-up here for Lebo, as that's an 8-yard pickup between Hadley and Hopkins. So now first third down for Lebo in this one. They're going to look for their first successful try of the night. Linn Bulldogs trying to stop them. In the backfield will be Jet Edwards to go along with Hadley. Shotgun formation. Hadley straight back to pass. Pressure coming from Linn. Hadley rolls out right. It is he throws off the intended receiver. Almost intercepted over on the far side by Conrad Winter. but an incomplete pass looking for his tight end, Aiden Ferguson, and a good job there by the Linn Bulldogs. But now a 4th down and 5 upcoming for Lebo, and that offense, of course, is going to stay out there on the field. It's going to be a big change in possession for the Linn defense. Getting ball on their own 26-yard line. Spot will be middle of the field. Working right to left is Lebo. Linn leading this one 6-0. Looking to move on to the sectional round next Friday. First quarter action, 4 minutes left to play. It's going to be an empty backfield besides Edwards in the backfield. It's going to be a give off to the running back right up the middle. Wrestle, tackle for loss right at the line. Coming up, Brigham Hansen. Another tackle right at the line by the Linn senior, and that's going to be an unsuccessful 4th down for Lebo as a turnover on downs will give it back to Linn here at the 4:04 mark in this first quarter. A huge tackle for loss, again, by the senior defensive end. And this Linn defense, you heard Coach Kuhlman talk about all season during our coach's corner. He wants offensively to run the ball, keep it in line, but defensively a huge improvement off of last season, only allowing 27 points per game. To be honest, those numbers a little inflated, giving up 52 and 52 respectively to Hanover and Axtell, two of the best teams in 8-man Division II, but they have handled opponents in their wins, only allowing 36 points, their highest in all 6 wins so far this season. Back to pass across the middle. Wide open is a Bulldog. Down the middle, there he goes. That's going to be Zach Hilton, dragged down at the 4-yard line, but a huge strike from the Bulldog quarterback, Grayson Oldie, to Zach Hilton. That's going to be a 10, 20, 30, 45-yard pickup for Zach Hilton. 45-50 actually is what we're going to give it. Zach Hilton breaking over in the middle. Great play-action play call by the Linn Bulldogs offensive coach and staff here on that one. So Bulldogs in territory. It's going to be straight quarterback run. Oldie following his blockers. Will he pile in? He will. A second touchdown as Grayson Oldie punches it in from 5 yards out. A 5-yard touchdown run by Grayson Oldie puts the Bulldogs up 12-0 here in this first quarter, and they take the turnover on downs and turn it into points. Second time so far in this contest. Linn forced a fumble. Lebo's first possession, second one turnover on downs, and the Bulldogs now up by 2 scores here at the 3:26 mark in this first quarter. Grayson will be in this pistol formation with Dylan to his right, trying to signal for Kalima to come in motion. He won't. It's going to be Grayson going to keep it right side. He's going to be awfully close. What's the call? It's good as Oldie punches it in for the 2-point conversion. Grayson Oldie doing it all in that one with a 50-yard strike from Zach Hilton to set up the 5-yard run by Oldie, and Oldie puts it in for the 2-point conversion. Bulldogs lead by 2 scores here early in the first quarter, 14-0, 3:26 left to play. We're back after this word from our sponsor.
Linn Willow Creek Dairy, established in 2004 and located right at home in Linn, is a proud supporter of the Linn Bulldogs. Linn Willow Creek Dairy is collectively owned by many individuals from the local community and beyond, all sharing a commitment to quality milk production and community values. Every day, their dedicated team works to care for their cattle and produce dairy you can trust. From the entire team at Linn Willow Creek Dairy, good luck to the Linn Bulldogs, cheering you on to victory and proud to support their hometown athletes.
This life we love has never been easy. We've been blessed with million-dollar rains, and we've watched hope dry up. Still, we press on because our purpose is greater. Central Valley Ag prepares the table alongside our farmers, not just to grow food, but to nourish our families and our communities. At this table, everyone's welcome. Join us. We're saving you a seat. Central Valley Ag, the official co-op of K-State Athletics.
Max Blasky back with you here on KNDY FM 95.5. So far, it's been the senior standouts for the Bulldogs. Dylan Oldie with a rushing touchdown. Zach Hilton with a 50-yard receiving that set up a touchdown for Linn. And, of course, defensively, Brigham Hansen has had a big night. They fumbled the kickoff. Is Linn on this one? It looks like the Bulldogs are turnover-prone. Lebo comes up with a fumble on the kickoff, and now Linn will be in excellent position here to go up 3 scores already in this first quarter. Didn't see who made that hit. The Lebo just mishandled that kickoff at their own 20-yard line, and Linn will start inside the Lebo red zone here at the 19, already leading 14-0 here in this contest. 2 fumbles by Lebo in this one. One led to Linn points. Let's see if this second one will as well. The backfield, Grayson will be accompanied by Dylan and Dalton Imke. Kind of in a triangle set formation from the pistol. It's going to be a fake to Imke, looking play action again, has a man back corner of the end zone. That's Hilgen, sliding catch just off of his hands. It was there. Zach Hilgen, of course, a 50-yard pickup from quarterback Grayson Oldie to set up that touchdown moments ago, and that one beat his defender off the line, off the play action. Lebo very worried about this running attack for Linn here early on and might as well take a shot. Don't blame the coaching staff on that one. Take a shot right to the end zone. First play, now you have second down and 10 to go from the Lebo 19-yard line. Linn working left to right as we view it. Ball middle hash, same set with Grayson in the pistol, with Dylan to his right, Imke behind him at tailback. It's going to be a option here near side. Grayson takes it, breaks the tackle, breaks field. There he goes. A 19-yard touchdown run by Grayson Oldie has the Bulldogs up by 3 scores. Beautiful option there for the Bulldogs. Defense sucked into Dylan down the middle on the first read. He had the option right side. Everyone worried about Imke going around the corner, and it was Grayson Oldie that punched it in for Linn's 3rd touchdown here in this first quarter, up 20-0 on a 19-yard touchdown run by Grayson Oldie. 2-point conversion, same set here. Pistol for Grayson, Dylan to his right, Dylan. Oh, where are we going? Dalton in the backfield. Up the middle, good is the 2-point conversion. It's all Bulldogs here in this one, 22-0 with 3:10 left to play in this first quarter. We're back after this word from our sponsors.
From the ground up, Midwest Products Hanover can assist with concrete drives, parking, walks, entries, foundations, and support walls. Quality people help produce quality products, and you can rely on their crews for a job done right. Concrete plants at Hanover, Washington, and Clay Center. Midwest Products also haul rock, sand, and gravel. They have a crane for rent and can assist with site preparation. Start your next job with a call for a quote today from Midwest Products at Hanover.
This is Trevor Kuhlman, head coach of the Linn Bulldogs, and you are listening to Bulldog Football on KNDY.
The Palmer Cafe is the place to go for the best food and the coldest beer in Palmer. Enjoy a great hometown atmosphere with daily specials, burgers, desserts, and a whole lot more. And did I mention the Palmer Cafe has the best food and the coldest beer in Palmer? Well, they do. The Palmer Cafe, the heart of the Palmer community. And make sure to check out the Palmer Cafe on Facebook.
Linn Bulldogs looking dominant here in this first quarter, leading 22-0. Winner of this game will take on either Hanover or Burlingame, and it looks like Hanover as they lead 32-0 at the first quarter mark. This kickoff will be a high one from Marino and smartly taken by the up man, Aiden Ferguson, just outside of their own 20. Of course, last time the Lebo Wolves fumbled it on that kickoff. So let's see if this Linn defense can come out strong again here on this drive. Again, already 2 forced turnovers, technically 3 with a turnover on downs as Lebo went for it deep in Linn territory. A good job by Bulldog defensive lineman Brigham Hansen. I don't have my defensive guy here with me tonight, but Hansen at least 2 tackles for loss already in this contest. 3:10 left to play, first quarter action, 22-0 lead for Linn. In the backfield, it'll be one running back. It's going to be run up the middle by Grimmett. Grimmett will file forward for a handful, maybe about 5, but we do have a flag in the backfield. Usually that comes in the spot of holding. Let's see what the official comes from with the white hat. If this is on Lebo, it'll be their first flag of the contest. It will be a hold on Lebo. That one will be accepted. So first flag on Lebo will negate a 5-yard pickup by Jackson Grimmett. And we'll do it again here on first down and 15. From their own 12-yard line, Lebo will get this started. First down and 20 after that hold. First down and 20 from the Lebo 12-yard line. Lebo's going to go tight formation with two backs in the backfield. It's going to be a give to the second man through. He finds his way left side, but wrestled right back here at the line of scrimmage. I believe that'll be Plummer who gets that rush. It will be his third rush of the night. Pickup not quite close to the line of scrimmage, but a pickup of about 6 on that one. We'll bring up a second down at about 14 here for the Lebo offense. Officially, they give him 7 on that run. But now a second down and long here for Lebo. Ball near side hash. In the backfield, along with Hadley, will be Jed Edwards. Two receivers right side, as Hadley will be in the shotgun formation. Hadley looking back to pass right side, all his man taking a shot. Deep, threatening the defense, just in and out of the hands of his intended receiver all the way at the Linn 30-yard line, going for his favorite target, Braden Hopkins. Good defensive pressure there from Grayson Oldie along with Cash Dunkel over on the far side. Saw that pattern coming. Hadley just ran deep, trying to get past everyone. Meanwhile, they ran a little underneath. It might have been open, but the sophomore quarterback, Brock Hadley, taking a shot. Now a third down and 13 here for Lebo. Be the second try they have here tonight. Ball will be on their own. We're going to call it the 17-yard line on this third down and 13. 2:03 left to play in this first quarter. 22-0 is our score. It's been all Bulldogs here in this one, scoring off 2 Lebo turnovers. Ball's going to be near side hash. Hadley in the backfield with Edwards, and we're going to get a timeout taken by Lebo. We'll take it with them. The Bulldogs leading this regional playoff matchup in Week 10, 22-0 in the first quarter.
As a business owner, you've worked hard to build your operation. Faced with constant challenges, we know how important it is when it comes to protecting the future of your company. Blue Valley Insurance offers a variety of plans to ensure you're properly covered, from shielding you against financial loss to protecting your employees. With one comprehensive policy, you know you'll have the coverage you need when you need it. Contact Blue Valley Insurance with offices in Linn, Greenleaf, Hanover, and Marysville.
NCK Crop Solutions is your dependable supplier for ag chemicals, branded and generic, at competitive prices. They've been serving north central Kansas farmers since 2017, building trust the old-fashioned way by putting farmers first. Call Clayton at 785-632-7247 or visit at nckcropsolutions.com to start saving on your ag chemicals today. Same day or next day delivery is available with NCK Crop Solutions. NCK Crop Solutions is a proud supporter of the Linn Bulldogs.
Third down and 13 for Lebo coming out of the timeout. Ball about their own 13-yard line. It's going to be a pass straight back right side. Out pattern. It's going to be caught right at the sticks, wrestled out of bounds right there. Receiving that one is Braden Hopkins. Are they going to give him the first down? They will, I believe. So on a third down and 13, they pick up 13 and a half, does Lebo. Good play call there coming out of the timeout. Just out patterns here so far for Lebo. But they'll take the first down regardless. So their first successful third down here tonight. 1 for 2 now as Linn defense looks for a stop. Ball on the Lebo 31, 32-yard line is where we're going to mark it. Shotgun formation, middle of the field. Lebo looking right to left. It's going to be a give up the middle by Grinnett. Greennett's got some room down the right side. He's going to be dragged down at the 35-yard line. And I believe, actually, that was Plummer with the run. It was a 10. And we do have a flag, though, in the backfield after a 13-yard pickup here by Lebo. What's going to be the call? Lebo already one holding penalty on this one, and a face mask is going to be called on Linn. Their second face mask penalty in this first quarter, and that will give Lebo 15 more yards after that 13-yard run by Maytel Plummer. Now with 28 yards on the contest, extra 5 yards on the face mask for Lebo. Final 2 minutes here of this first quarter. Bulldogs up by 3 scores. Lebo, though, threatening. Second time for Lebo inside Linn territory as the ball will set at the 31-yard line. Right hash, as it'll be Plummer back in the backfield with his running mate, Grimmett. Going to be a give here near side, and wrestled down. Good job by the defensive ends again for Linn as they come out there. Zach Hilgen and Dylan Oldie in there to wrap it up, as Jackson Grimmett has not been able to get going here in this one. This Linn rush defense, excellent so far on the season. Not the stats from head coach Trevor Kuhlman. They do allow about 100 yards on the ground this season, but so far here in this one, Lynn's looking like a solid defensive team. Ball will be near side hash. Quarterback now will be under center. 2 running backs right there behind him with tight ends tied. It's going to be an in reverse around to the right side, trying to reach to the outside. He's going to break one tackle, then break a second one. That'll be number 32, Aiden Ferguson, with the end around on the second down and 10. He's going to pick up 4 or 5. As Dylan Oldie in there for the stop. Good job by the senior middle linebacker to get out there of position and chase him down. Now a little substitution here as Wyatt Wyke will check in on the defensive line for Devin Oldie. That's going to be a 4-yard pickup they're going to give to the Wolves. 3rd down and 6 to go. Third down attempt for Lebo. Again, 2 tight ends tight, 2 running backs in the backfield. It's going to be play action pass. Back to pass is Hadley. He's got some space here near side, looking for the first down marker. He's going to catch the edge, be wrestled down right at the 20. Where's that spot going to be? It's going to be awfully close to the first down marker at the 21-yard line. I believe that's what he needed, and they're going to give him a pickup on that. Needed 6, got 6.5, and that's going to take us to the end of the first quarter. But it's all Bulldogs here on our Marysville Dental Care Game of the Week, where Dr. Brittany and Dr. Zach are your number 1 rated dentist in Northeast Kansas. Go to MarysvilleDentalCare.com to book your visit and receive the dental care you deserve. It's Bulldogs 22, Wolves nothing, second quarter after this.
Bott Cattle Company, proud supporters of Bulldog Athletics, feeding cattle for 5 generations in Palmer, Kansas. Remember to eat beef and go Bulldogs.
At Kinsley Mortuary and our family of funeral chapels, our funeral directors are experts in helping to create meaningful services that are unique and honor you or your loved one in ways that are special. Personalize a service with options that meet your expectations and budget. From traditional burial or cremation, choose from a full service, memorial celebration, or something more private for the family. In your time of need or through advanced planning, contact Kinsley Mortuary, Haddon Funeral Chapel, Hanover Mortuary, the Axtell Landreth Funeral Home, or Ward Funeral Home.
Oldie Family Farms continues a tradition of providing safe and wholesome milk for dairy products. From their family to yours, they strive to steward natural resources and provide for the health and vitality of the cattle they raise and the practices they employ. It all began with 3 Holsteins in 1955, and generations later, the same commitment to quality continues. Learn more, including current job openings and employment opportunities, on their website at oldifamilyfarms.com.
Out of the quarter break, it's Wyatt Wyke that'll wrestle down Plummer for a loss on a first down and 10. That'll be a 4-yard loss. Wyatt Wyke coming in with the big stop there for the Linn defense, and one of 4 seniors on this Bulldog squad, not wanting their season to end here tonight, and so far they've been pretty darn dominant up front for head coach Trevor Kuhlman and his squad. So come up here on halftime, just started the second quarter, though. Reminder, we will have our, I don't call it famous yet, but we're going to do a popcorn review, even though Quentin isn't here tonight for us. But Lynn Osho gracious to give me a bag early in this game, so we'll go ahead and give that review coming up here at halftime. Second down and 13 now for Lebo. Pass out, pattern far side. Favorite target, Hopkins rolls this one in up close to the first down marker. Let's see where they mark him. Lebo's been living on that edge, too, as well, right at the first down line. And I'm coming up a little gimp over there is Braden Hopkins. He took a shot by the defensive back over on that far side. That's Grayson Oldie. Ooh, hey, he definitely didn't get as close as I thought over there. Oldie did a good job to stop him short. That'll still be we're going to give him a 9-yard, no, they're going to give him a 10-yard pickup from Hadley to Hopkins, but a third down again here for Lebo. They're fourth already in this contest, 3rd down and 3 from about the 14-yard line. Backfield shotgun snap will be given off running back. He's going to be hitting the backfield, but bounces off, keeps the legs running, but there comes the cavalry for Linn as Plummer couldn't get anything going on that run. Good job by the Bulldogs to give up just 1, but now a 4th down here for the Wolves. Wolves 0 for 1 already in 4th down in this contest. Now a 4th down and 2 here from just outside of the red zone. Ball will be middle hash as Lebo works left to right here in this one. Shotgun formation for Hadley. Now, actually, it will be Garrison Knight taking the snap here in this one. Knight takes the snap, looks right side. No, it is Hadley. 2 and 7 looks same, and it's picked off. Cass Dunkel here near side. He's got space in front of him, and he's going to be pushed out at the 40, but a big INT by Cass Dunkel as he flexes in front of that Linn bench. And a INT, almost a pick 6 for number 1, Stunkel here on a 4th down. Good job there by Cass in this defensive back position to be right where he needed to be. They were trying that out pattern again to the favorite target, Braden Hopkins, but Stunkel is there for the INT. Turnover Lebo, as that will be their 3rd turnover here tonight, and Lebo now unsuccessful on 2 4th downs and good field position here for the Bulldogs. They'll take over right at midfield. Ball's near side hash in the backfield. Man in motion will be Hilton. Ran right up the middle. There he goes. That's Grayson Oldie. There's 10-5 touchdown. Grayson Oldie, a 40-yard sprint to the end zone for number 5, his 3rd touchdown here already tonight. The last 3 touches have went to the house for Oldie, and Linn turns the turnover into a touchdown not even 10 seconds later to put the Bulldogs up 28-0. Again, good action in the backfield as Maverick Kalima went in motion left to right. Lebo kept their eyes in the backfield, and off went Oldie to the races for a 40-yard sprint. Touchdown Bulldogs. 2-point conversion here. Kalima in motion again, left to right. This one's going to be a give to Kalima. Tries to turn the right corner. He does. He's in. We also have a flag, though, over on the far side. Let's see what we have there. They're calling face mask. That's what Lynn's wanting on that one. We've seen 2 called on Linn already. What does the far side official have to tell the white hat? But Linn offense so good here tonight. Lebo has not respected the motion here in this one. That's what opened the big run by Oldie. Also broke open the big pass earlier from Oldie to Zach Hilgen. It's going to be a face mask on Lebo. The 2-point conversion is good by number 7, Maverick Kalima. And it's all Bulldogs here in this first half, 30-0 over the Lebo Wolves. We're going to hear from our sponsors. We'll be back in just 60 seconds.
After over 70 years serving Kansas, we here at Bruna Implement know what your farm requires, why it's a necessity, and how to get it to you with a smile. We strive to exceed your expectations and intend to do so, whether you get a tractor, drill baler, or a combine. Whether it's in Marysville, Washington, Seneca, Hiawatha, Clay Center, or even Humboldt, Nebraska, all your farm machine needs can gladly be met at Bruna Implement. Call 785-662-5304 to have your needs met today.
At Oldie Seed, we are locally owned and locally grown. The corn, soybeans, and sorghum we sell are tested in plots throughout the region in close proximity to our customers. This ensures we are testing a yield environment just like yours. We are dedicated to our Know to Grow research program. It's our family's commitment to delivering high-yielding crops for you, the American farmer. This season, partner with Oldie Seed for locally owned and locally grown solutions.
Linn Bulldogs up big on Lebo, now 30-0. Twice now in this contest, Linn has turned Lebo over and turned it into points. I mentioned Hanover because at last check, the Wildcats led 32-0 over Burlingame in that contest. Elsewhere around the state, it's Marmaton Valley 22, Frankfort 6 at the end of the first quarter down there. But here in this contest from beautiful Linn, Kansas, it's been all Bulldogs. They have had 5 possessions. They opened this game off with a fumble just as they did last week versus Wakefield. But since then, a 33-yard touchdown run by Dylan Oldie, a 5-yard touchdown run by Grayson Oldie. Grayson also ran it in for 19, and then just moments ago, off of the INT from Cash Dunkel, Grayson punched it in from 40 yards out to make this contest 30-0. 10:03 left to play in this first half. Bulldogs looking dominant so far, wanting to close this one out. Defense has led the way, and they're going to start deep in their own territory is Lebo at their own 15-yard line after the kickoff went to the end zone. Here's going to be a sweep left side. Stop right at the line of scrimmage, and who else but Dylan Oldie, averaging over 11 and a half total tackles a game throughout the season. Oldie sniffed that one out from his middle linebacker position and absolutely shut the run down as Jed Edwards is going to be dropped for a 2-yard loss here in this one. Lebo just barely over 50 yards on the ground, passing too as well. They set at 44 unofficially for a team that averages over 150 in the air. Shotgun formation now for Hadley. It's going to be a run near side. Edwards again, and he's dropped again for a loss. Back in there for the TFL. That's Conrad Winner as Jed Edwards could not find the outside. So now a 2nd down and 12 turns into about a 3rd down and 15 here for the Lebo Wolves, and another 3rd down upcoming for Lebo from deep inside Linn territory. This defensive line up front for the Bulldogs, Brigham Hansen to go along with Cesar Alvarado. Linebacking core including Dalton Emke, Zach Hilgen, and Zach Hilgen. And over on the far side, Conrad Winter have really done a good job so far here tonight. We have a penalty and a delay of game will be called on Lebo. So let's make a 3rd down and 15 even longer. A 3rd down and 20 now for Lebo. Ball will be on their own 5-yard line. On the 5th third down try for Lebo here tonight, they've been successful in 2, but Linn defense looking to really pin them back deep. Shotgun formation as Hadley will have running back to his side. Hadley looking back to pass, takes a shot. Right side, turn your head. It's going to be incomplete. Looking for Brayton Hopkins, the 5th time they've targeted him here tonight, and that will be incomplete. Good job over on the far side by Grayson Oldie to be step for step for Hopkins, who is one of the better receivers in 8-man Division II this year. And now will Lebo even try to go for it? I don't think they will. They'll look back to punt this one. Aiden McFall will send this one away. Linn won't have anyone back to return it. They're trying to get Lebo to jump off sides. They rush the punter. It's going to be a high, pretty punt. It's going to bounce at the 30 and stand up right there. But Linn will start this possession inside their own inside Lebo territory off the punt from the Wolves at the 8:11 mark in this first half. Again, turnovers have really helped the Bulldogs. They've now forced 3 turnovers. One of those was on a mishandle on the kickoff, but nonetheless, we'll take it. And I mentioned it in the opening. Linn had forced 13 turnovers coming into this game, while they only coughed it up 5 times in the season, and they're winning that battle here tonight. Linn will get started at their, on the Lebo, we're going to call it about the 33-yard line. 2 receivers left. Oldie in the backfield, that's Dylan and Grayson. Grayson back to pass, taking a shot, has the man over the middle, that's Dunkel, drops it off of his hands. It was a beautiful ball from Grayson Oldie. Dunkel was right there at the 5-yard line, and Cash Dunkel just couldn't bring in his first target here tonight, but we do have some laundry on the field over on the far side. What's that going to be? Most likely in the line of holding. I don't think Oldie was roughed by any means at the late portion of that one. Oh, it's going to be a sideline warning called on Lebo. Don't see that one very often. So it's just a sideline warning. It's not a penalty. But second down and 10 after Linn took a shot. Again, they don't throw it very often. Only about 5 attempts per game. But when they do take shots, as Linn has 5 players that average over 10 yards a reception here in the season. Pistol formation for Grayson with Dillon to his right. Dalton will be in the backfield. It's going to be option right side. Dalton gets it right side, has some space. They've got 2 flags. Looks like a hold. Dalton will spin it back around. It's a touchdown if it stands of 38 yards. The 2 flags came in, and that's going to be probably a hold on the Linn Bulldogs. Again, a beautiful play call here by the coaching staff. As we saw it earlier on the Grayson Oldie touchdown run, option to the right side first to Dillon, and then a pure option to the back Dalton Imke, and it will be a hold called on Linn. So if there's been one problem here for the Bulldogs tonight, it's been penalties. That's their 4th so far this evening, and that will negate a 38-yard touchdown run by Dalton Imke. So now it's second down and 20 from back on the Linn side of the field, 39-yard line. Ball will be middle hash. It's going to be Dillon, Grayson, and Dalton in the backfield, kind of in a little triangle set with Dalton to the right of Grayson. Going to be same play again. This one will be kept by Grayson, though. He keeps those legs chugging. Picks up about 3 or 4 on second down and 18 that they officially called it. So now a third down and long upcoming for Linn, who lead here by 30 with 7:40 left to play in this first half. And a touchdown, of course, would have been big 45-point rule in Kansas high school football, 8-man Division II rules. But now clock ticks under 7:30 left to play in this first half. 2-yard pickup there for Grayson. That's coming off a 5, 19, and 40-yard touchdown runs on his last 3 touches. He's going to have 2 receivers here left side with Dillon in the backfield, and head coach Trevor Kuhlman wants a timeout. We'll take it with them. Bulldogs up 30 here. First half action, 7 minutes left to play in this one.
This is Trevor Kuhlman, head coach of the Linn Bulldogs, and you are listening to Bulldog Football on KNDY.
Agriculture. Our country was built on it. Our children are fed by it. No one quite understands the unique needs of the farmer like United Bank and Trust. Whether you raise crops or livestock, you need the right equipment at the right time. Our ag loans can help you acquire and maintain that equipment when and where you need it. Contact one of our experienced ag lenders today. United Bank and Trust. Banking for your way of life. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Bott Cattle Company. Proud supporters of Bulldog Athletics, feeding cattle for 5 generations in Palmer, Kansas. Remember to eat beef and go Bulldogs.
Since 1935, farmers have relied on sales and service from Kuhlman Implement and Hardware in Linn. Your certified AGCO Gale, Gleaner, Husqvarna, and Massey Ferguson dealer, Kuhlman can service tractors and farm equipment as well as automotive. They'll keep you going with any job around the farm, stocking hardware, parts, electrical, and plumbing supplies, as well as custom-made chains and hydraulic hoses. Count on Kuhlman Implement and Hardware in Linn.
Max Blasky back with you here on KNDY FM 95.5. Third down and 16 will get, or not longer, excuse me, as Linn ran a little swing pass out here to Dylan Oldie. He will pick up about 5, but there was a holding call called on the play as Lebo will decline that one. Now a 4th down and 11 for the Linn Bulldog offense, setting at the Lebo 34-yard line. And it looks like Linn will go for this one. Near side hash receivers are Stunkel and Kalima. Kalima in motion, left to right. It's going to be fake to him. Grayson right up the middle. Does he have room? He does. There goes Grayson. 20, 10. Can he outrun him? Pushed out. No. Touchdown, Bulldogs. A 39-yard or a 34-yard touchdown run by Grayson Oldie. His fourth touchdown of the night and his third over 15 yards. Heck of a run there by Grayson Oldie. Again, Lebo just can't handle the motion right to left as eyes were in the backfield. And Grayson Oldie took advantage on a 4th down and 11. They are successful on their first 4th down attempt of the night as Oldie puts the Bulldogs up 36-0 here, 6:35 left to play in this first half. Linn looking to close this one down here at halftime. Grayson and Dillon in the backfield, pistol formation with Dillon to the right. It's going to be a give to Dillon, keeps chugging, and in with ease is Dillon Oldie. 2-point conversion is good, and Linn now leads 38-0 as this shutout continues here from Linn, Kansas. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll see what the Bulldogs can do on defense. 6:35 left to play in this half.
Linn Community Nursing Home raises the standard in long-term residential care. You'll discover a family-oriented atmosphere where visitors are welcome 24/7. Rooms are already furnished and can be personalized with your favorite photos, decor, and those extra special touches. Your loved one will enjoy the savory restaurant-style menu available, ensuring nutritious meals. The Linn Community Nursing Home is more than a facility. They're a tight-knit community dedicated to providing the best care in a place that truly feels like home.
Max Blasky back with you here on FM 95.5. Winner of this contest will take on Hanover as they're up 48-0. 10 minutes left in the first half over there over Burlingame. Of course, Burlingame knocked Hanover out of the playoffs last season, and this will be a Linn Bulldogs team. They can hold on to this one that wants nothing more than to take on the Wildcats. Linn fell 52-12 in Week 8 of the high school football season. In that one, Linn was down a few players too as well. Of course, that game will be up at Hanover as long as both teams hold on to big leads here in the first half. Return left side will be taken by the up man. That's going to be Aiden Ferguson, and he's going to be stopped about the 23-yard line or so. And this Linn defense back out there that has forced 3 turnovers, including a long INT by Cass Dunkel of about 40 yards. And Linn has scored on every possession after the turnover. Turning turnovers into points has been a key for this Bulldogs team. And again, Twin Valley League showing their dominance here in this one. And just up the road at Hanover. Lebo will start their possession at their own 23 or 24-yard line. Little triangle formation set in the backfield, too, as well as this will be a give to Grimmett down the left side will be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Jackson Grimmett, who had a 100-yard rushing contest in their win over St. Paul, is now unofficially right at the 20-yard mark. As a 2nd down and 10, now they're going to give him a yard. So 2nd down and 9 upcoming for the Lebo Wolves as we run under 6 minutes left to play in this first half. Can't give enough credit to this Linn front line and slowing down this Lebo rushing attack. Tight ends tight too as well. All 8 up on the line for Lebo. Here's going to be a run outside. Now ball's out. Jumping on it is Linn, and they've got it. They've got it. Turnover, Lebo. That's Conrad Winter jumping on it. And who was forcing that turnover? I believe it was Dalton Imke that forced that turnover. A fumble by Lebo, their 3rd of the game, their 4th turnover here in this one as Linn is out like a pack of wolves. No pun intended over Lebo as the Bulldogs get this one back deep in their own territory, leading 38-0. That was Plummer that fumbled the ball for Lebo. Just has not had good ball security so far here tonight. 2, 4, 6, 8. Linn looking to get the play clock in here. Hand is up by the backside official. Linn in Lebo territory, just short of the 15. We'll call it the 16. It's going to be a play pass here. Oldie looking back to pass, pressured. He steps up, gets away from it. Now he's going to be taken down for a sack. First man there for Lebo was Bryson Hopkins, the freshman for Lebo. As the Grayson Oldies rushing numbers will take a little hit on that one. A 3-yard loss on the sack for Grayson, who was just over the century mark unofficially here in this first half. Linn again leading 38-0. Looking for one more score to put this one away at half with 5 minutes left to play until halftime. And we will have our Quentin Blasky popcorn review, even though he isn't here with us here tonight. Still got to do it and keep the tradition alive. Linn will go tight formation. It's going to be option near side. Now Grayson will reverse field, goes right up the middle, breaks 2 tackles. We drag down right outside the 10-yard line. Good job there by Grayson. That play design was supposed to go here near side to the left, but he reversed field, took it right back up the right, and I thought he was closer to the 11. They're going to mark him back at the 14 nonetheless. Big pickup there for Grayson Oldie on the 7-yard run. Now 3rd down upcoming here. They're 4th, I believe, already in this one. One successful, but they did get a 4th down touchdown run by Oldie. Here's going to be a pull by Grayson. Grayson up the middle. Where are they going to mark him? They're going to mark him short of the 3rd down. And I'm sure Coach Kuhlman and the staff is going to go for it. Now ball will be spotted right at the 10-yard line. So a 4th and 3 after the 3-yard pickup by Oldie. Here comes the Bulldogs looking to close this one out. Big play call here, leading 38-0. 3:45 left to play before half. Going to be I formation. Oldie will be under center with Dillon and Imke in the backfield. It's going to be quarterback sneak right up the middle. He keeps those legs chugging. Did he get there? Far side official runs in awfully close to the marker. They've given Lebo a few of these here tonight. What does the white hat want to do with here with this one? Do we need the chain gang? What's the call there, boys? Yes, so we're going to need the chain gang to come out here on this one. Linn needed 3 yards on a 4th down and 3, and he's going to be awfully close here. And Linn can close this one out in the first half if they can pick up another score with 3:30 left. Chain gang now out on the field, ball on the far hash. I don't think he got it. No, turnover on downs. He did not get it. Kind of a conservative play call there by the staff, but don't blame him one bit. Oldie does pick up 3 yards, but he almost needed 3.5 to get that first down. So the first turnover on downs for Linn here in this one. We'll give this ball back to Lebo at the 3:30 mark. Wolves trailing big, though, 38-0. They go deep in their own territory. It's going to be inside the 10 at about their own 6. It's going to be an end around here near side. Going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Again, Dillon Oldie, their first man, as a pickup of 2 will be given to the back man, Plummer. They're actually going to give him 3 on that run. And coming up here at halftime, we will take a timeout, and then we'll have national news, weather, and sports. But first, let's see if Linn can get another turnover. Again, they have forced 1, 2, 3, 4 turnovers here in this contest. Lebo playing conservative, though, deep in their own territory. It's going to be straight quarterback run to the left side. That's going to be Jet Edwards in there in the backfield. He's going to be pushed out of bounds short of the first down marker over there. One of the first men to him was Grayson Oldie. So 2nd down and 7 will now turn into 3rd down and maybe 4, I think is what we're going to give him. 3rd down run there for Jet Edwards. Clock rolls under 2:17 left to play here in this one. 3rd down and 4. Ball on the Lebo 13-yard line. Ball far side hash. Linn looking for a 3rd down stop. Lebo's 6th 3rd down attempt of this game. Quarterback will have running back Grimmett to his right side in the shotgun formation. It's going to be a pass. They're looking near side here. They're going to test Stunkel again. Incomplete as Cash Stunkel there in defense of Chet Edwards, who came out of the backfield. Honestly thought if Stunkel could have turned his head and kept running with him, he might have had his 2nd pick of the night. But the good incomplete pass. And now Lebo will have 4th down and 4 to go from their own 13-yard line is what we're going to call it. Substitution here for Linn as they send in Kalima for Winter. No, it's going to be a punt here for Lebo. Linn will bring the house up the middle. That punt's going to land at the 40-yard line, and Linn will get their possession started there. We're going to take a quick 30-second timeout. We come back. Linn still opportunity to close this one down with 1:45 left to play in the first half.
The Law Office of Elizabeth Baskerville-Hilgen provides legal assistance with a personal touch located in the heart of Washington, providing services in the area of estate planning, probate, estate and trust administration, conservatorships, and real estate transactions. Libby also offers her services on business planning and formation, collections, guardianships, and adoptions. Every case is handled with experience, dedication, and community-centric qualities you deserve. Call the Law Office of Elizabeth Baskerville-Hilgen to put her local experience on your side.
Grayson Oldie taking a shot to close this one down. Has Dillon caught at the 5. Touchdown, Linn Bulldogs. A 37-yard strike from Grayson Oldie to Dillon Oldie to put the Bulldogs up by 4. Just like that, Linn is 1 2-point conversion away from closing this regional win out over Lebo. A 37-yard strike from Grayson to Dillon, making this 44-0 just after Lebo punted that one away. Took a whopping 8 seconds off the clock. Big 2-point conversion here. Power set formation and a false start is going to be called on Linn, their 5th penalty accepted here in this contest. They had 2 face masks earlier and 2 false starts now here on the night. So a 2-point conversion leading by 1 gets tougher here for the Bulldogs. What's the call here, Coach? It's going to be from the 8-yard line. In kind of power set formation, 2 running backs in the backfield. Now Grayson sneaks out. It's going to be a take by the big man. A little big man pass to the end zone. It's good. That's going to be from Cesar Alvarado to Brigham Hansen to put the Linn Bulldogs up by 46. Trickeration there. Who's William the Refrigerated Perry? Meet Brigham Hansen from Cesar Alvarado, 290 to 180. Big play call there for the Bulldogs as they go up 46 here in this first half. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout. We're back for the final 1:37 of this one.
Titan West Incorporated manufactures corral fencing, gates, and chutes. A square deal better. Titan West now manufactures circular working corral, cattle, hog, horse, and bison equipment. Phone 1-800-252-0847 for dealer information. Circular working corral, cattle, hog, horse, and bison equipment. Manufactured here in Linn, Kansas by Titan West Incorporated. Phone toll free 1-800-252-0847.
Watching the sideline on that play, I should have known something was coming. Head coach Trevor Kuhlman had a big smile on his face. Again, the big man, Cesar Alvarado, lined up at fullback position. Quarterback Grayson Oldie sprinted out to the left, and then right up the middle, tight end Brigham Hansen came wide open for the 2-point conversion. Now Linn just needing a defensive stop here in this one to close this regional win out over Lebo. Return's going to go up to the 25-yard line. Walloped over there by who else but Dillon Oldie, who's playing like a man on fire here in this contest. Again, a winner will get Hanover. Last check, Hanover was up 48 over Burlingame in the first half. But now Linn needing to close this final 135 out for the victory. leading 46-0 here against the Lebo. A completely dominating effort by Lebo, who's only gotten to Linn territory twice, and they've turned it over on downs once. Lebo from their own 24-yard line. Tight formation, quarterback under center. It's going to be the running back up the middle. That will be Plummer, who's going to be stopped for a handful. But most importantly, this clock continues to roll. Second down and about 6 now upcoming for this Linn defense. They're actually going to give him second down and 5. Again, Linn Bulldogs picked up their first playoff win since 1998 last week with a convincing 68-18 win over Wakefield. They are chasing the Albany school record of 8-4 back in 98 too as well. Snap will be to the back. Plummer again over the left side, and he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Conrad Winter coming up with the big hit. A 1-yard pickup there for the back. Maytail Plummer. But Linn now 37 seconds away from closing this victory out here in front of their home crowd in a regional Week 10 playoff game versus the Lebo Wolves. An absolutely dominating effort by the Bulldogs here in this one. One final play, 3rd down and 4 will be the call for Lebo from their own 30-yard line. Set formation, quarterback takes the snap, dropping back to pass, looking far side. It's going to be caught and ran out of bounds by Braden Hopkins, and that'll stop the clock from the 30 up to about the 36-yard line. So a 6-yard pickup as Lebo won't go away just yet here in this one. But 8.6 on the clock here for the Bulldogs to clinch this victory. Again, defense has been the calling card of Linn so far in this one, and this season too as well. Last year, Linn allowed 42 points per game. This year, they're allowing 27, and that number will drop if they can hold the shutout here versus the Lebo Wolves. Lebo, again, a solid team that has been to the playoffs each of the last 8 seasons under head coach Brian Hadley. They lost to Frankfort back in 2020 with a 10-1 record in sectionals. And now we have a delay game called on Lebo as they couldn't get the play call in fast enough. So back them up 5 more yards. But again, Linn absolutely dominant here in this one. They've had 8 possessions offensively. They fumbled on their very first one and then had a turnover on downs late in this second quarter. But since then, Linn has been running what they need to do and doing a good job about it. Defensively, too, the defensive line for the Bulldogs showed up, especially up front. Brigham Hansen had himself a heck of a night as Linn forced 3 fumbles in this one and an interception, 4 total turnovers by Lebo in this contest, including a turnover on down, so technically 5. Lebo takes a timeout on that one as the regional trophy is in hand here for the Linn Bulldogs up here in this beautiful press box. Linn 8.6 away from closing this one out at half. Prevent defense here from the Bulldogs. 3 defensive backs will be 15 yards off the line of scrimmage. Lebo looking back to pass here near side. Quick pattern, a little hook and ladder. It's going to be stopped at the 35-yard line. It's going to be the call. It was taken in by Hadley. And Lebo will take a timeout after a pickup of 11. Ran the hook and ladder from Brock Hadley to Braden Hopkins. We'll actually give him 12 on that one. And Lebo takes the timeout, trailing 46-0 with 2.4 seconds left on the clock. Again, this has been a long time coming for head coach Trevor Kuhlman now in his 5th year. His best seasons were the last 3 at 3-6, but Linn flipped the script of this season. Now 6-3 on the year, looking for their 7th victory here. And the senior class has been through it all. Again, Wyatt Wyke, Zach Hilgen, Dylan Oldie, and Brigham Hansen have really led the charge for the turnaround this year for the Bulldogs. They picked up their first playoff win since 1998. They won the districts for the first time since 2001 this season, and it's their first winning season since 2005 for this Linn Bulldogs team. So Trevor Kuhlman, in his fifth year, has this program 3 seconds away from a rematch with the Hanover Wildcats in the sectional round next Friday up at Hanover. Linn has to hold on, though. They actually put 4 seconds on the clock. 1st and 10 for Lebo, near side hash. Quarterback will be Hadley with Edwards to his right. It's going to be an out pattern, far side, incomplete. Clock says 1.7 as Kuhlman looks up here at the thing. He says, run that clock. Get it over with. Don't try that anymore, but we'll play one more down here of football. Lebo did fight well here in this one. Never really saw them give up. But I will say the gauntlet that is the Twin Valley League prepared Linn for this run out of it. Had a pretty interesting stat given to me earlier in the week. Axtell, Hanover, and Frankfort are the only 8-man schools to win a playoff game each of the last 8 years. Why is that important for Linn? Well, 9 times out of 10, Linn is playing at least 2 of those teams every year. They faced Axtell and Hanover here this year and ran through a decent district with Thunder Ridge, St. John's, Tipton, Pike Valley, and Osborne. Had all 4 district games right in a row, and Linn came out victorious in all 4 of those. 0.7 on the clock. Last chance for romance for Lebo. Linn leading 46-0. Quarterback pressured up the middle. He's going to take off, has a little room. He's trying to get to the outside, but who else but Dylan Oldie wrestles him down. And the Linn Bulldogs are your 2025 regional champions here in this one with a dominating 46-0 victory over the visiting Lebo Wolves. As it was all Linn in this one, they led 22-0 at the end of the first quarter. They went on to score 3 more here in the second, and pretty interesting, on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 touchdowns. Linn was 5 for 6 in 2-point conversions, but the Linn Bulldogs will move on with a dominating 46-0 win over the Lebo Wolves. It will be a sectional matchup next Friday versus Hanover, a rematch from Week 8 of the high school football season. Be sure and tune in as KNDY FM 95.5 will have that contest as Linn celebrates at midfield. A heck of a win for the Bulldogs. We're going to take our final time out of the broadcast. Actually, we'll get 2 more in here real quick. Last word from our sponsors. We'll recap this contest, then get you ready for more action coming up on KNDY. But again, it's Linn 46, Lebo nothing on a Friday night from Linn.
Hi, this is Miranda Mainin with Union State Bank in Palmer. We are proud of the work the Bulldog athletes and students put in during the season and all year long. The dedication and determination is what drives the Bulldogs to succeed on the field and in the classroom. Best of luck, Bulldogs. Join Union State Bank of Clay Center, Palmer, and Barnes in supporting all area student athletes this and every school year. Union State Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Looking to tackle your next big project or need a quick fix around the house? At Palmer Lumber and Hardware, they've got the big store selection with that small town service you know and trust. Proudly serving Palmer and the surrounding area, offering top quality lumber, tools, and hardware at prices that won't break the bank. Whether you're building a deck or fixing a faucet, they're with you every step of the way. Visit Palmer Lumber and Hardware today and let's get the job done right. That's Palmer Lumber and Hardware. Built on trust, driven by service.
Bott Cattle Company, proud supporters of Bulldog Athletics, feeding cattle for 5 generations in Palmer, Kansas. Remember to eat beef and go Bulldogs.
Moe's Stop and Shop in Linn is your stop. Fuel up and fill up at Moe's Stop and Shop. They have gas available, plus they have drinks, snacks, and a whole lot more. Your convenience store is Moe's Stop and Shop. Find them right off the highway in Linn. Moe's Stop and Shop.
This is Trevor Kuhlman, head coach of the Linn Bulldogs, and you are listening to Bulldog Football on KNDY.
Linn Willow Creek Dairy, established in 2004 and located right at home in Linn, is a proud supporter of the Linn Bulldogs. Linn Willow Creek Dairy is collectively owned by many individuals from the local community and beyond, all sharing a commitment to quality milk production and community values. Every day, their dedicated team works to care for their cattle and produce dairy you can trust. From the entire team at Linn Willow Creek Dairy, good luck to the Linn Bulldogs, cheering you on to victory and proud to support their hometown athletes.
This life we love has never been easy. We've been blessed with million-dollar rains, and we've watched hope dry up. Still, we press on because our purpose is greater. Central Valley Ag prepares the table alongside our farmers, not just to grow food, but to nourish our families and our communities. At this table, everyone's welcome. Join us. We're saving you a seat. Central Valley Ag, the official co-op of K-State Athletics.
Max Blasky back with you here on KNDY FM 95.5, wrapping up a Friday night victory for the Linn Bulldogs as they are this region's champion with a 46-0 dominating win over Lebo here at home. When I say dominating, both sides of the ball dominated here in this one for Linn. Looking at the scoring totals, Linn scored on 6 of their 8 possessions. The first play, or like the second or third play of the game on the first drive, Linn fumbled it, but after that, they went to punch in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight touchdowns on the way to a 38-0 lead. And then defensively, Linn forced 3 fumbles, 1 interception, 1 turnover on downs, so realistically 5 turnovers on the Lebo Wolves and forced Lebo into 2 punts too as well. Got to give a big shout out to the defensive line. Devin Oldie and Brigham Hansen had themselves a night up front for Linn, as Lebo unofficially was held to 66 rushing yards. They were 6 for 2 on third downs, 0 for 2 on fourth downs, and they held a top quarterback in passing yards in the state of Kansas in 8-man Division II. Brock Hadley came in 14th in the state with over 135 yards per game, held him to just 62 in this contest, and 7 and 12 for passing, or 7 for 12 in the passing game. On the opposite side, Linn's Grayson Oldie led the way with 4 rushing touchdowns. He finishes the night with unofficially 111 yards on 11 carries. That's over 10 yards per tote for the quarterback, the junior quarterback for the Linn Bulldogs. I also talked about in the opening, Linn doesn't throw it much, right at 5 per game. Well, guess what? Grayson Oldie went 3 for 5 through the air for unofficially 92 yards. Dylan Oldie caught 2 of those for 42 yards and a touchdown, while Zach Hilgen caught 1 pass for 50 yards. Rushing 2 as well for Linn. Dylan Oldie had 4 rushes for 52 yards. Dalton Imke had 2 rushes for 26 yards, and actually had probably more than that, but 2 of them got pulled out by penalties. And Maverick Kalima had the 1 rush, 1 fumble early on in the game as they tried to get with him, but Linn just dominated. Lebo couldn't keep track of the motion, hadn't seen that all night, as Kalima was a big integral part of that, running left to right on a lot of sweeps actions, and it was just Grayson Oldie that tore up this Lebo defense. Again, Linn Bulldogs, 46-0 victory over Lebo. The team was actually so excited to run through the fans' tunnel, they forgot to come back and get their regional trophies. Head Coach Kuhlman had to pull them back out onto the field, do that, getting pictures now here at the west end of the Linn Bulldog High School football facility. Other scores want to pass along for you here real quick. Like early on in the late game that got started, it was the Axtell Eagles down at Rural Vista, 8-1, taking on 8-1. Axtell up 6-0 early in that contest. An important one, though, that we were keeping an eye on, the Hanover Wildcats victorious over Burlingame 64-8 in that one. So that will mean that Hanover and Linn match up for the second time in 4 weeks, as they will be up at Hanover next Friday, as our Marysville Dental Care Game of the Week will be on the Hill and the home of the Wildcats, as Linn and Hanover tangle up in that one. Scores elsewhere, Frankfort trails Marmaton Valley 38-28 at halftime. Meanwhile, Riverside is up 14-0 over Centralia in first quarter action there as well. A reminder, give a big shout-out to Jeff Wirtz at the TVL Sports Spotlights. A big thank you to all he does throughout the season. Go follow him on Facebook or check out the TVL Sports Spotlight.blog. That will wrap up our broadcast here on a Friday night, week 10 of the high school football season. Linn Bulldogs victorious 46-0 over Lebo. We will see you next Friday as we will be on the hill from Hanover, as Hanover and Linn will tangle up again. A reminder, KNDY does have coverage of the KU Jayhawk football team this Saturday with a 2:30 kickoff. That's 2 p.m. pregame right here on FM 95.5. Meanwhile, K-State is off. They will be on next Saturday, 11 a.m. kickoff, 9 a.m. pregame versus Oklahoma State over on AM 1570, FM 94.1. Jayhawks tonight, too, as well on the basketball court. They are at North Carolina. That contest just started the second half. KU leading 43-42. Meanwhile, the K-State Wildcats will be in action Saturday on AM 1570, FM 94.1, as they will host the Bellarmine. I don't think I've ever heard of that school. 7 o'clock, none regardless, on AM 1570, FM 94.1. Again, Linn Bulldogs defeat Lebo 46-0. This has been Max Blasky on KNDY Radio. Big thank you to Bruce Dierking, Katie Jeter, getting everything set up for me here in what's been a busy couple weeks. Last one to give a congratulations to. Big thank you, or a big congratulations to the Linn girls volleyball team that finished second last week in the Class A-man, or the Class Division II volleyball championship from Emporia. So then close us off tonight. Again, tune in next week as we will be back with our Marysville Dental Care game of the week as Hanover faces off against Linn in Marysville Dental Care, where Dr. Brittany and Dr. Zach are your number one rated dentists in Northeast Kansas. Go to MarysvilleDentalCare.com to book your visit and receive the dental care you deserve. Last one quick thing, mentioned it earlier, popcorn review here for Linn. I got the first batch out of the line, so Quinn, you'll be pleased to know, probably tied for the best popcorn that we've had all season long. We'll give it a solid 7 out of 10 here at Linn. So good popcorn, good food, good hospitality, and a good win for the Bulldogs as they win 46-0. Max Blasky for KNDY signing off. We'll see you next Friday from the Hill in Hanover.
KNDY.